Hey guys, today I want to discuss the topic of rebound relationships with you. What is a rebound exactly? A rebound is a guy or girl that your ex throws herself at right after she gets out of your relationship. This is always quite painful to watch because you feel replaced. There's no exact window of time for that either. It can be 2 months after the breakup, but as in some cases it can also start as monkey branching 2 months before your breakup. I'll tell it like it is, either way, whether she cheated on you or officially started this after the breakup. Very rarely did she have any contact with the new person at all before the breakup. But I hope to explain to you in the next few minutes why this might not be a disadvantage for you and why you can use it for your benefit with the right attitude. So, what is the situation right now? You have been in a longer relationship, in the best case over a year, and you have spent a lot of time physically present together. This is important for your bond with each other. You can't imagine how often I hear that the 3 months together were so damn special and intense. It wouldn't matter, because bonding builds over time, and that's what can create really intense triggers with your counterpart. Now you're broken up and stumble across a picture of her with a new guy somewhere on social media, for example, or she changes her relationship status. You get told by friends or she was so nice to tell you directly to your face. First of all, looking for someone new after the breakup is an attempt to avoid the sadness and aloneness you are feeling right now. Setting him up before the breakup is, unfortunately, fairly typical these days. It's just much easier for women to get attention from men than it is for men to get attention from women. Let's do a little self-experiment. Find a reasonably attractive woman, have her open a new Instagram account and post 3 photos of her in a bikini. Then watch her inbox explode within no time. That doesn't directly mean women will jump on it, per se. But they don't have to make a special effort to get attention. And something caused the attraction for them in the relationship to drop so much that other men's attention became interesting to them. Do I blame you guys for that? Yes, but only partially. Nowadays, most men just don't know any better and wave it off when asked if they understand women. But there are a lot of things they could understand, which they don't do any better in the future, because they give away the responsibility for it. But back to the topic. Your ex wants to avoid being alone. She doesn't want to miss that, go through her possible fears and the whole spectrum of her negative feelings. Exactly what you are going through right now. Exactly what she would have to go through sooner or later if she jumped away from you without someone in the back of her hand. Maybe not as intense, but she would then have other problems, such as self-doubt. That's normal. Does that make the rebound the best possible candidate? Did she think it through and get to know him with all his strengths and weaknesses? No, of course it doesn't. The closer all of this is to your breakup, the less day-to-day she has experienced with him. He puts his best foot forward and she sees in him mainly what she no longer had with you in the relationship. Does he have to be directly bad for her because of that? Also no. But that's what you think or hope, of course, and that's exactly what you should damn well keep to yourselves. So, what do you have to do when she does this? You have to keep your feet still and your mouth closed. You have a bond with her. Shared insiders and experiences. And what does she have with the new guy? Exciting WhatsApp chats, initial infatuation. Times a small excerpt from my separation. I had not let up and wanted to give me the full program. The result was that, logically, to get me at a distance, she relativized everything we had. She said to me that if he asked today if he wanted to marry her, she would say yes. That was 7 days after she last told me she loved me. You are sending her through a roller coaster ride of emotions. Your bond with her is still there. But they don't want it to be that way, and they certainly don't want you to know that it is. You have moved on from the breakup. That takes a little more than just a little overcoming. They want peace, and if you start badgering them now or in the worst case talking bad about the other guy, it will only bring them closer together with him. Fortunately, I let that go out of pure logic. It's just as negative to the dynamic between you as breaking no contact. You'll be the main topic of conversation for them for the next few minutes or hours. But in front of her new guy, she won't speak well of you because you annoy and disrespect her. These are conversations you don't want her to have with him or have with other friends. So let her have them and leave them alone. Rebound relationships, from experience, don't last 90% of the time. And if it does, there is nothing you could have done to prevent it. You should be in no contact by the time this starts. Sure, it hurts to hear or think about what she is doing. You should be aware of it as little as possible. It's negativity that keeps you from investing everything you have into yourself. And that is exactly the way you will end up surpassing any rebounds she might have. You should not and cannot compete directly with them. How is comparing tales or making the other person look bad going to help her get feelings for you again? You have to be better than the other person. You simply have to be. And if she doesn't see it that way, or she has become comfortable with the idea that he would be better than you, then that is solely her loss. You are not someone who imposes yourselves on anyone. You should not depend on what a single person thinks of you or feels for you. You are someone worth fighting for. You are the prize. Or at least you should want to become that. Especially when you have such thoughts as envy and resentment in you. The person who makes the mistake is your ex. And as with everything else, she has to figure it out on her own. No contact is effective for you at this time because you are working on yourself and with her because you are leaving her in the dark as to whether you are still interested in her. Or how you are doing. If her relationship were to break up, then she will feel the anxiety and being alone. This often happens because something of you is missing in it. Especially in the case of women, thoughts like, is there no one for me? The desire to have children and marriage play an even greater role from a certain age. But that is not necessarily a must. Then the process can begin, through which they see what they had in you. Maybe that's exactly what triggers a message from their side again in the end. If they then see what you have made of yourself, namely that you have come to grips with your own fears that you now have shortly after the breakup, that you can be relied on and that you can theoretically respond to them because you have worked through your problems, then you are the most attractive candidate for them. Use that. Don't take advantage of it. It can be hard and it doesn't necessarily lead to anything because she hasn't worked on herself during that time. She wasted her time with someone else and is sitting right where you left off. But you can now set the direction you want to go with her. So don't worry too much about what she might experience in her new relationship or that she might forget about you. Actually, other guys are doing you a favor. Some damage we all have after a certain age. Your ex is looking at the rebound through rose-colored glasses for the first few weeks and months. Once that passes, the possibility is back. And maybe insecurity will drive them right back into your arms. This is actually a science in itself and I think I can say a lot more on the subject. But until then, take care and until the next video.